Hi everyone, this is Today in History. Today is Saturday, May the 25th, the 146th day of 2024. There are 220 days left in the year. On this day in 1787, the Constitutional Convention opened in Philadelphia, where 55 state delegates, initially charged with amending the Articles of Confederation, later drafted the Constitution of the United States. On this day in 1810, having severed ties with Spain and the viceregal government, the Municipal Council of Buenos Aires established an autonomous government. On this day in 1878, American entertainer Bill Bojangles Robinson, best known for his dancing roles with Shirley Temple in films in the 1930s, was born in Richmond, Virginia. On this day in 1889, aircraft designer Igor Sikorsky, who successfully developed the helicopter, was born in Kiev, Ukraine, Russian Empire. On this day in 1895, the trial of accused Italian writer Oscar Wilde ended with him being found guilty of committing acts of gross indecency with certain male persons. He was sentenced to 2 years of hard labor. On this day in 1935, American track and field standout Jesse Owens set 3 world records and equaled one other at a meet in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Also on this day in 1935, American baseball player Babe Ruth hit the 714th and last home run of his career. He retired later that year. On this day in 1946, Abdullah I, ruler of Transjordan, proclaimed himself king. On this day in 1961, in a speech before Congress, U.S. President John F. Kennedy committed the United States to land a man on the moon by the end of the decade. The goal was achieved with Apollo 11 in 1969. On this day in 1969, Midnight Cowboy was released in theaters, and the drama, which starred Jon Voight and Dustin Hoffman, went on to become the only X-rated film to win the Academy Award for Best Picture. On this day in 1977, George Lucas's space opera film Star Wars, later known as Star Wars Episode IV: New Hope, was released, launching one of the most successful and influential franchises in motion picture history. On this day in 2011, the last episode of the Oprah Winfrey Show aired. The long-running TV program had helped make Winfrey one of the richest and most influential women in the United States. On this day in 2020, George Floyd, an unarmed African-American man, was killed during an arrest in Minneapolis, Minnesota, setting off massive protests around the country and generating greater support for the Black Lives Matter movement. Police officer Derek Chauvin was later convicted of his murder. All right, everybody, that's it for today. Today is Saturday, May the 25th, the 146th day of 2024. There are 220 days left in the year.